Welcome. My name is Heather. I'm one of the registered dietitians at Copeman in Vancouver. I'm also a registered yoga instructor, and today we'll be spending a couple minutes tuning inwards, working on connecting our body and our mind through a nice simple exercise. So today's practice, we are going to actually focus in on our toes. I find personally it's one of those body parts that I have a hard time connecting kind of mentally and physically. If I'm kind of just sitting here or if I'm in a body scan, they're one of those things that I just don't find I feel much sensation in. So I love this exercise for just helping us to tune inwards with something that might seem a little bit more abstract or kind of farther away from us. So when you're ready to get started in this exercise, let's just start by tuning into our breath, getting into this present moment. So closing the eyes, taking 3 nice deep breaths here together. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the nose. 2 more breaths here, your time, your pace. When you're ready, slowly starting to flutter your eyes back open. We'll stretch the legs out long in front of us. Maybe getting a little bit more comfortable in this position, you could take a little bounce into the knees. And then when you're ready, we're gonna go into both sides, so feel free to start with either side that you'd like. I'll start here with my left side. So I'm gonna take my left ankle, rest over anywhere on top of my right thigh that just feels comfortable to hold here. If your knee feels uncomfortable, you could always use a block or something under this knee to support it throughout the practice as well. From here, we're going to take our hand. So in my case, I'm gonna do the right hand for my left foot. And I'm gonna think about holding hands with my foot. So by that, I'm gonna mean that I'm gonna stick my fingers kind of through each toe. You might be able to get close to where the fingernail is or the first knuckle, or if you can, all the way through. This might also kind of feel like if you've ever used one of those little pedicure things and you stuck those little foam blocks into your toes, sort of a similar feeling. Okay, with my fingertips inside my toes, I'm just gonna take a moment to pause here. Notice if there's any sensation already happening. So can I feel anything already happening in my toes in this more spread out position? From here, we'll add a little bit of movement. So my hand is actually gonna stay totally relaxed and calm, and it's just gonna be my foot. So I'm gonna think about squeezing my toes together into those creases in my fingertips. So when I'm ready, I'll squeeze the toes really into the fingertips, and I'll squeeze, squeeze, squeeze there, holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and then relax. You might notice a little bit more sensation as you squeeze the toes. Work within what feels okay in your body here. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze the toes into the fingers here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Remember, the whole time the palm is relaxed, it's just the toes doing all the work here. Last time, toes are gonna squeeze in here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll slowly remove the fingertips from the toe tips. I'll extend my left leg out in front. And then I want you to wiggle all 10 toes. So both feet, kind of just create a little wave pattern, whatever you might do to kind of connect with the toes. And see if you're gonna notice any different between your left foot and your right foot. Just tuning in and seeing if you're able to connect a little bit further through that motion. When you're ready, we'll switch it over to the other side. So this time I'm gonna take my right foot in, right ankle is gonna cross over top of my left thigh wherever it's comfortable, placing any support underneath the knee as needed. This time I'm gonna take my left hand, hold hands with that right foot. Finding wherever it's comfortable. So again, if it's closer towards the fingertips, that's fine. If you can get all the way down to the knuckles as if you're really holding the hands, that's great too. Once again, my hand is relaxed, my toes are doing all of the work here. So taking 1 moment to notice if just adding that space between the toes has already created a new sensation for you. And then when you're ready, we'll squeeze the toes in here. So ready, squeeze the toes into the palms for 3, 2, 1, and relax. 2 more rounds here. Ready? And squeeze the toes. Really press them into the fingertips as much as is comfortable for you. 3, 2, 1. Relax. And very last time, we'll squeeze the toes into the fingers here for 3, 2, 1. Relax, and then slowly removing those fingertips from in the toe tips. We'll extend that right leg out long. And then just checking in and seeing, how do the toes feel? Can you connect with them a little bit more? So that's one option for this toe tuning in practice. The other thing that you might choose to play around with is actually just how you're able to move your toes. So sometimes there's a bit of a mental block. So you can try and pull the big toes towards you and your 4 little toes away, and see if you can kind of move them separately. And then you can see if you could push your big toes kind of away from you and just pull your 4 other toes towards you. And that is one I personally cannot do. So it's kind of just working, kind of taking that mind over matter, seeing if you're able to play around with it, work with it over time, see if you notice any progression. So these are really nice little exercises I like to do just to help connect mind and body and just tune into sensations that are happening in my body, and just remind myself that, you know, there's actually like really small sensations in, you know, in the fingers and toes. And it's kind of possible to actually have those a little bit everywhere. So just takes a bit more time to tune in, but it's also totally okay if you notice nothing at all. So that's just where your body's at today. So thank you so much for joining me here today on our Meditation Monday, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you.